apologies for that. I had my mic on mute. So yeah, right, I'll restart what I said anyway. So it's not the E3 demo, it's just normal Pro Street, and they left over a lot of files from April and March, which is what they use for like the tire smoke, and the E3 build that we probably would have seen would have been the January, February, March, April, May. It would have been April data we would have seen. And well, probably April's probably the closest thing we'll have. But yeah, no, I never made. We can hear, but it's super low. 1 second. Is that better? So the E3 build is compatible with. Right. So, as I stated, it's not the E3. Awesome. So it's not the E3 it's not the E3 build that I've got. It's just normal. It's the disc release. It's what they what was It's the fucking hell, what do you call it? It's like the published release that I'm using, but they're leftover E3 data within the files. So for example, old terrain effects. So they're all the old effects what they used to use before they decided to swap them over to these. Whether they was used at E3 or not, we don't know. And then of course, emitted air tester for like tire smoke. You got your dirt burnout April the 10th, and that's rather origin or original. Can't really determine that, but so yeah. They also had damage smoke for vehicle damage. So obviously, like if I just go ahead and pull up the E3 stuff real quick. Because the E3 like showcases, it's quite bad quality, but from what you can see of the game, the shaders are a little bit different. The lighting, the smoke effects are a lot more intensive, and also as well, it's got a lot more. Like the smoke's actually white and has a nice colour to it. Also reacts to the environment a lot better than the original. So the smoke effects have actually been reduced, but we're going to sort that. The overall vehicle mechanics are slightly different, and the way the car slams back, that's obviously something to do with the general body roll, and the wheel well smoke is also different. I think this is one where it shows the vehicle damage. Yeah, so real-time damage is how you would expect. Right. So it doesn't show it in there. However, I think it's this is the one. No, that's the trailer. Ignore me. Now this is probably like the worst quality one. Yeah, this is right. There we go. So this is where he showcases a little bit more. So as you can see, the tire smoke again, the shaders. Obviously, this is because this is captured on the console as well. I'm assuming they would have their already like simplified and implemented HDR, which is probably the reason that the colors look a lot more darker. And the lighting looks the way it does as well, or it could be like whatever they used to capture it. The sun positions were different, so I'm going to go ahead and redo them. Also, I realised as well that I'm actually using the wrong track, so that's probably why. The textures also look a little bit different, but so there's the real-time damage and deformation, and of course when it goes and crashes into there, you can ever so slightly see a smoke effect rising from the engine bay. Now that is an effect that was also removed that we're going to be looking about trying to restore from the E3 as well. Just small little details, but yeah. So off cycle, on cycle. But it's just like, yeah, we don't really. I don't actually know if engine blow damage off cycles 500 and on cycles 0.1. Engine explode 5.99. Okay, so I think so. I'm going to crash the car in the next one when I load the game back up. But I'm also going to now go ahead and hopefully try and change the burnout effects to how they originally. So tire smoke effects is one of them. That's burnout, and the tire slide effects as well, which is also the same. So, oh wait, yep, okay. I could imagine body rail being really tricky or difficult to implement. Honestly, so that's what I originally thought when I first started tweaking with it, but it turns out there's a value that, well actually there's like 4 different values. There's the ecar values, which determine how the body roll will be, but that's not really that's like just a look, that's not like physics wise. And then there's roll center, which is the general, it's the weight transfer between the center of mass. So, for example, you take a corner at like 90 mile an hour and you turn all the way to the left. Obviously, when you turn to the left, all the weight transfers to the side the car is being. So, well, when you turn. Oh, fuck off. So, yeah. So obviously, when you weight transfer, when your vehicle turns left, the body rolls over to the right, and then when you turn right, the body rolls over to the left, etc. So basically, it works the exact same as Need for Speed Undercover, but Undercovers is way more advanced because it has all these different values, and Pro Street uses the simplified variant of it. But it'll be a lot more easier to implement because it's like, well, one value will be too much, one value will be too less, and there will be a sweet spot, but it's just finding it. That's if the sweet spot isn't already in place. Right, so the new stuff I did implement that I will go ahead and say straight away is, so wheel surface effect. I have no idea what this is, so I'm going to turn that off, because I don't know what that was for. Then there's a race course mini NOS. I have no idea what that is. Oh, that's force feedback. I didn't even know what that was. Force feedback scale, Ford feedback min clamp. See, I don't know how so this is like how it handles on surfaces. I don't actually know how much this affects thingy. Force feedback, drift skid, force feedback skid. Okay, so force feedback data, I'm assuming that's for when you're using a racing wheel, but that could be quite interesting. Right, anyways. So it was tire smoke effects that I was messing around with on it, so we want to go ahead. So it's got to be emitter group, as stated before. So here we've got smoke terrain, EM tire smoke. Okay, so these are all the effects that it uses. And then there's Lod B. I'm going to go ahead and copy this. I'm going to create a new variant of it. I'm just going to call this asphalt, and then I'm just going to call this July 7 to represent July 2007 E3, and then our new variant, we can go ahead and copy the name of that, and we can simply go into tire smoke. Whoop. And then we can just go ahead and paste that into there. So that in theory should now let us use our new thingy, our new smoke effect. However, the new smoke effect won't be any different because it has no altered values. So this is running off the emitter data. So now I've got to go ahead and look at the tire smoke stuff in the emitter data and then see what's going on in there, which is what I'm going to do. So straight up, emitter data. So this is using just standard EM, which is EM car. I'm assuming it's standard EM. Wait, we are in the emitter data, aren't we? Yeah, so you're trying to replace the tire smoke to the E3 tire smoke. Yeah, because the E3 tire smoke has a much more nicer and lush texture to it. Plus as well, there's way more particles per meter, which allows the burnouts to appear more natural, and also it will affect the frames per second you get when doing burnouts. I think the reason why they changed it was merely optimization, because like console and obviously at the time hardware wasn't the greatest. So yeah, because I did the same for Need for Speed Most Wanted, but apart from I did an enhanced burnout mod to the point where you could literally fill an entire street with smoke before the smoke would disappear, and people who was running like the minimum requirements or the recommended requirements for that old title the FPS would tank. And it's like, on modern day systems you won't see much of a difference, but just in case, obviously back then they had to do the best they could. So so this is the original, this is the final, and this one is from March. This is March the 30th. So, but obviously I've just called it EM Car Burnout, but I'm going to go ahead and copy the name of that, because that's in the... Okay, oh wait, hang on a minute. Yeah, it's fine, yeah. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and copy this. And then what this should allow us to do when we go ahead and bring our way back up here, we can... Okay. And those as well, those are normals. I think those are they're the EM car normals, which would... one second. Because, yeah, so EM test normals, yeah, so these are the... So all this stuff right here are still tests. There's still Tire Smoke 2 as well. There's also... Oh, there you go. Wii, PS3. So... Hello, mate. How you doing? So, straight away, Tire Smoke 3. So, there you go. Straight away, you got loads of different Tire Smokes. They're all normals. And, of course, straight away, so it uses 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we were showing the Xbox 360 build. So, we're going to go ahead and swap that with the PlayStation 3 build. And see if the PS3 data is any different. No idea if it will be, but who knows. It would be nice. Would be great if the PS3 data works, because if the PS3 data does work, then that could also be the same one used in rather just on the PS3 build, or it may be thingy. Did you try Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005 version? I've played Need for Speed 2005, yes, if that's what you mean. Right, so go ahead and change that to number 3. So that's okay, and here we go. Of course, what Tire Haze 1, Tire Haze 2, Tire Haze 2 Dirt, and Slow. Okay, so and a Tire Haze, we're gonna go ahead and change that to number 2. So the original smoke effects I did use were horrendous, don't know what that was all about. Also as well, a quick thing I will showcase is, after changing some values, I got this really weird like brown effect on the tyres. Not sure if it's a dirt texture or if it's lighting, but it wasn't there previously and it just randomly came out of nowhere, so I'm trying to figure out as well at some point what all that's about. And so this is EM Tire Smoke 1M. So it literally repeats itself. Okay. So Tire Haze 2, and then we'll just go ahead and repeat that back to there. Okay. Now we're going to take a look through these and just see how many particles there are. So straight up, number of particles 15, size 2, 2, 5, 4, 5, 6. Minimum particles per meter 4. Okay, yeah, this could be be promising. This could be promising. So we'll go ahead and save that, and we'll boot the game up and see what happens. You know, actually, this is where I load up Pro Street, and it just out falls. Oh. Let's wait for that shit to load. Alright. So, I'm just going to go ahead and jump into the game. I really wish the mouse had stopped going. I really wish the mouse did not affect that. Hey, there it is. Even got our E3 Mazda RX-7. I really don't know why they changed the rims on the RX-7 during like E3 to final, because I personally think the E3 version looks a lot better than the final. Because I think it uses BBS rims, I think. And they just looked way better. Okay, so we're going to go on here. You have to ignore the sky, it does not match the lighting I've got set up at the minute. Okay, so I don't know what all that artifact is at the top, but no idea what that horrible effect is at the top. I don't know what that is. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Wait for it to build up as maximum as it will. Go ahead and pause it. Okay. So smoke's building up in the wheel well really nicely. Not so much on that one. It's probably got more grip on that wheel. The smoke itself doesn't seem to look so bad. I have no idea what that massive horrible texture is at the top though. Could be a possible reason why they decided to get rid of it maybe, I'm not too sure. Okay, okay, so the smoke effects are quite intense. So, with our collision, have we got a smoking engine bay though? That is the question. Okay, so it doesn't appear we've got any smoke coming out of the engine bay at the moment. Okay. Okay, yeah, so it appears the smoke does not work at the moment. So we're going to have to readjust that, I think. But overall, the smoke's working again. Can't say if it looks any better. see nothing going on. How is that not heavy damage? There we go. Okay, so heavy damage, again, nothing spectacular, no smoke, okay. Okay, and we're getting smoke from the car dying. Nope. Okay. Alright, maybe that weird tire effect may be because the airless smoke is tied to the tire models themselves as well. Wild game. This ear intro is sexy as fuck. It's so weird, it looks like the smoke tries to act like the previous build, but because the behaviours don't match it, it looks again weird. Like the behaviour is there, but the particles and the look isn't the same, so it looks real off. Yeah, and because of like every single one of these are all related to tyre smoke as well, I think, like, personally, I think they've done loads of different copies of it, and I think only one of these. Oh, to be fair, I don't even think the E3 version might even still be in here. Like, personally, I think they could have just decided, fuck it, you know. But if you look on here, so look, they use smoke shader. So, right, so that's right. So standard drift, smoke shader 6. Okay. So then if we go to tire smoke 3. Smoke shader, tire smoke 2, smoke shader 2, and tire smoke 1, smoke shader. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and just I mean, right, so we don't have anything related to the Xbox 360 build by the looks of it. So the next guess is NFS, Pro Street, Wii, Burnout. So see if anyone just watch some gameplay on the Wii, and then just see if anyone's done a drag race, and if we can see the tire smoke effects in the Wii and see if they're any different, then we can kind of see what to expect as well. Because we could go even one better and port the Wii effects to the fucking game, but you know, I mean, yeah. So yeah, no, we don't want that smoke effect straight away. I'll admit though, it doesn't look bad, like for a Wii game. There we go, drag race. So yeah, so it's an extremely simplified version of the game as I expected. And the smoke effects are actually not that far off, but they're just like simplified as hell and minimized amount of particles, so it doesn't tank the FPS. Not bad. Okay. So, what we can go ahead and do now. So, smoke. Okay, so that is very intriguing. The tire smoke 2, because tire smoke 1 that uses that. So that is really interesting. Post-processing effects. So that's how it gets affected by light. And then there's tire smoke 1 PS3. Okay, so it's just trying to figure out which one to go for next, because that doesn't. Alright, you know, we'll go for the Wii smoke. Looks like some cheap Sony Vegas effects, but it makes sense given the hardware, I guess. Yeah, exactly. Livery bushing. See, I don't know what that is either. So that's so. Oh, hold on. All right. So yeah, we'll go for tire smoke 2. And we'll see how that goes. Wait, whereabouts did we put it? Whereabouts? Oh right, yeah. The fuck am I doing? It's in here. Dumbass. Right, we did change that, didn't we, as well? Yeah. Just to make sure. I think what it could be as well is all of these could be... I think it's loads of different smoke effects as well that are going to be like sort of like stuck together. So I'm going to change that back to 5 because I put that to 10 beforehand. So if I just set them all to the same effect instead of it using different ones, then it might, because I don't think they would have set up loads of different effects like for the E3 thing. I think they would have gone for the most simplified route, and then they would have tweaked it for optimization and that type of stuff, which would make sense, or for a better visual at least. But we'll go ahead for that. Rail effects ID, I don't even know what that is, so I'm just going to turn that off, and I'm going to turn that off as well, because yeah, I don't even know what all that was about. Right. And the thing we need to do, as we stated, is go into here. So we're going to change that to, and that was just the tire smoke N, wasn't it? Number 2. Yeah, it was, yeah. Okay. Go ahead and stick an N on the end, and then change that to a number 2. Keep the tire haze, and then okay. See, the tire haze as well could actually be that could actually also be the weird effect at the top as well, because I don't know what color haze what tire haze is, so can't really say. Alright, let's jump into game again and see if anything changes tire wise, and then we'll see if we can try and get the damage effects working as well, because we did originally get the damage effect working, but it wasn't the E3 ones. It was completely different. Made the car like it had just gone fucking bang. Una gaston, una gaston. Not gonna lie, this game probably had one of the best soundtracks ever. Would play it, but can't be doing with any of that copyright shit. Well, it doesn't matter if we get a copyright claim, but it might reduce the visibility of the stream, and we don't want to do that. Right, so, right, my guess is that the E3 smoke is much more fleshed out and dynamic, while the release version is all sorts of visual tweaking and tricks to mimic the E3 build. That might explain the weird smoke. It wouldn't surprise me, to be honest, it really wouldn't. Right, let's see if we can find what track they was playing on when they first start. Oh, wow. Wait, so is the screen really far zoomed in so we don't know what map they're on? Because I don't know what map. That's one thing I don't actually know, is what map it takes place on. It's alright, I'll just oh wow, so it didn't even tell us on this one. I suppose I'll just have to watch the intro and see how the race takes off, where there's a corner at the start, and then figure that out from there. Oh, alright, never mind. Nevada Desert Speed Challenge, start. Okay, so is it going to show us the map? Or is it just going to MC mental yeet? I bet it's going to show us when they're getting... Yeah, of course. So it's a black screen, then it loads up. And we don't actually get to see the track they're on, but I suppose that's not the worst, because straight up, skip that through. Because that effect looks so fucking good. Okay, so straight away you got the big massive like tent thing behind the TV. Okay, so you go straight down there, straight down the road. So there's a huge straight. Then it steers, there's a mild bend, probably around 60 degrees. Maybe even a 90-degree bend, actually, by the looks of it. And then it goes straight down. Small kinks in the road, and it goes left. Okay, I think I know which track it is. Are you playing the game? Because I only still see the Civic Festival menu. No, I'm not playing the game yet. I was just checking which track it is, which I think I found the track what they used on the E3. I think it's Nevada Highway C they used. Because I've just been watching the video to make sure I can track. Yes, it is. So this is a track they used, I think. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Right. Okay, so that right there is the E3 smoke, I reckon. Because that is a lot more lush, the colour's more there's more particles. And it's a hell of a lot more satisfying than the previous effects used, so... Oh wow, is it? Oh right, I thought the game just crashed then. Yeah, I'd mark that as probably rather the E3 smoke, or the closest we're going to get to the E3 smoke. Now we've just got to figure out what this shit is up there. Which, no worries, I can probably solve that. It's nice to know the smoke looks 10 times better than it did though. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to remove the tyre haze. Alright, and we're going to look through here and see if there's anything else. Actually, you know what? Right, we'll just I don't know what the tyre haze is, so yeah, we'll just change that for now. Save, and now we're going to just go ahead and reboot the game. See, all that transmat and overlay dark smoke, that's what makes me think the final version of the game had all those visual treatments. That's what makes me think that the final version of the game had. Yeah. It does look like they polished it up a lot more and decided to try and get more depth of detail into it. Because it's also because if you look at the previous Need for Speed games, they also went for like just a pure white effect. But of course, the only difference is the smoke that they used, the shader wasn't as good or as advanced as the new stuff that they decided to go with, and I don't think they wanted to go for an original thing, because I think what the dark bits represent is, I think that's trying to represent like the heat and the burning of the rubber, and to make it like look like the tires aren't just letting off white smoke, they're letting off dark smoke as well, because the rubber's melting. And the thing there's a lot of things that make me wonder with this game as well, is because there's loads of textures for vehicle parts like camshafts, turbos, intercoolers, transmissions, fucking head gasket, for example. Like really specific parts that textures that aren't even used in the game, and it really makes me wonder what the plan was. The damage model as well, like it makes me wonder what the hell there was planning with the damage model, like maybe if wheels were actually going to be detachable or not. Alright, let's have a look anyway. Okay. And that is the E3 tyre smoke. Straight up. I think that is the straightest way to go. That is the E3 tyre smoke. So that's nice to know. Install net into mod to make. Oh right, install net intro mod to make restarts faster. To be fair, I didn't even know there was no intro mod, but I'll look at that in a minute. Unrelated, but I think Pro Street has the best presentation and menus, at least before Hopsuit 2010. Yeah, definitely. I really liked the art style they went for with the menus and stuff. Like the user interface was so like nice and pleasing. And then you get undercover, that's just like a jumbled shit. Fucking looks horrible. Need for Speed Pro Streets. No intro. Mod. What's that? No intro fit. Right, that's a no intro fix. No. Actually, could you do me a favour and drop me a link to the no intro mod if you can in Discord? And then yeah. What did you expect? Now remember everything that you did to him. It will take a while until he calms down. I mean, because yeah, I have no idea where to look for that unless it's on NFS mods or nfscars.net, but no intro. Intro remove, okay, that's fair. Excuse me. Pro Street, Ed Car Dealer. Nothing interesting. It's alright. Don't about it. Ooh, you know what? Yeah, go on then. Beef and tomato, please. Sharp driving, Eddie Skyline, radio and grills, and HD interface. Realistic graphics, no. So we won't find anything on here. You can disable intro with Pro Street generic fix. See, I would use Pro Street generic fix, but I don't even. Oh, you know what? I'll just try it anyway. Fuck up. Okay, we'll see if that works. What else is on here done? So Pro Street, NFS carbon light control, shader. Okay, white streets and trails enable if it needs to be most wanted. Ooh. Okay. I don't know if that is the generic fix to multi-fix, but I'm assuming so. Needs to be Pro Street generic HD reflection, so we'll go for that. HUD adapter, no idea what that is. Garage lighting. Ooh, nice. Extra options. I'll grab that as well. Extra options. Right. Close that. Open. Close. So history reflection stats. Not one ASI word. Bum 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 bum. Oh shit, wrong one. Close that for now. Okay. Main files. Okay, I got the multi-fix, that's awesome. Windowed mode. Enables printer console. Frame rate on the cap. Post race fix. Okay, so I've already got that. But extra options I do not. So I'll pop them into there. Unlock all things, auto drive, physics switch. Menu, intro movie, let's change the background movie, splash screen, type names, what region, disable takeoff, misc. Pardon? Thought please. I'll just go ahead and. Oh. Ow. Don't do that, please. Right. Smart visual. So you need to tweak the smart visual right now. Maybe you can edit how translation or what you make. Here you see. I'll see what I can do. You can disable the intro approach to faith, delete for more realistically. By the look of it, it did have more of a realistic lighting set to it. Yeah. Don't know from GitHub was Project handling. Felt similar to Gran Turismo 3. No idea. Never played Gran Turismo 3. I played Gran Turismo 4, and I'd say it kind of felt somewhat along the lines of what you would expect. Well, actually, Need to Be Pro Street feels like Gran Turismo 4 a little bit, in my opinion, but it feels. Okay, I don't mind. It's happening much. But yeah, it kind of, I think Pro Street feels like Gran Turismo 4 a little bit, but I wouldn't say it's like identical. It feels a little bit like it because the cars kind of slide in the same manner, but like you can feel the assist in Pro Street, and Gran Turismo just goes full out and just pretty much throws you off the track. So probably the easiest way I can put it. Right. So. Well, I have no idea if any of them even worked. If not, then I'll just try replacing the script again. Because, yeah, that did not seem like it worked at all. So, I'll go ahead and install that, and then we'll go ahead and reboot that. Right, I'll close that for now. We don't need undercover opening. The graphics mod, new texture age reflects made Pro Street look next gen. Yeah, I am. What's that? Gran Turismo is much tighter and focused on the handling of the cars, while Pro Street is much more fixated on the speed and the fashionness of it. Yeah, definitely. Definitely the best way to explain it. Also, Pro Street is an arcade. Yeah, I should have mentioned that as well. Right. See all that transparent over that smoke, that's what makes. I don't know about Battlefield Pros. You need to tweak the smoke visually. Now maybe you can edit how trans looks in it. So you can actually make it hazy. Sorry, I forgot what that word. So allowing light but not detailed shapes to pass through. Ah, okay. I got you now. Yeah. So kind of like transparent, but not as you would expect. So I'll keep all that the same. That seems to be a good shout. So if we just go ahead and delete that, keep that. And then we can go ahead and just copy node and then update taste map. Yeah, we'll keep that. Okay. So we'll call it E3 tire smoke. Work in progress. Has someone ever tried modeling a Laguna Seca setting for Pro Street as a mod? Laguna Seca? I don't. Probably not. I wouldn't think so. Oh, fucking hell, it's that racetrack. Same ones that it's in Need for Speed Shift. And Forza. I love that track, it's actually really good. It's like one of the bends, I think it's that one there, where it's got the big massive, like, it's where the inclination of the track is one of the best parts, in my opinion, especially when you go over it at like fucking 80 mile an hour. Woohoo! free airtime. So that's alright, so I'm just gonna rewatch and then see if we can relook at the overall smoke effects again and see if there's anything else that we can go ahead and improve on. I love how the smoke just builds up though. Fuck me, that's hot. Ow. So yeah, I see what you mean about the like translucent. I love the way the smoke builds up in the wheel arch. Not gonna lie, it's probably one of the most fucking coolest effects ever. Although it doesn't really build up in the wheel arch as like how it previously used to. So that's also imagine knowledge field neighbouring mains Pro Street. Not gonna lie, you did do the entire neighbouring in Pro Street. Fuck me, could you imagine if you had to do like what is that as one of your career races, and it's like 5 laps? Yeah, that's, in my opinion, I think that's one of the best effects with a tire smoke, because even like a lot of like newer racing games don't seem to like implement smoke features very well. I think Need for Speed Heat and Need for Speed 2015, I think they had the smoke build up in the wheel well and wrap around the tire and flow around it like Pro Street, but not any other game really did it as well as those. And they also implemented a feature as well when you did a burnout, small pieces of tire, it was debris of a tire, like little bits of rubber would fly off as well, which I thought was fucking an amazing yeah, tire slip effects, tire slide effects. Okay, so if your tire slips, yeah, so if you lose traction, then okay, so we'll just leave that in. Tire smoke effects though. Okay, we're gonna min time, max time 2. Okay, so the thing that I want to try and do now is find the smoke that builds up in the wheel arch again and see if we can try and get that in there as well, because I'm sure there's something related to the wheel arch smoke. Yeah, here we go. Emits the wheel well. Are these the old effects or? So that's EMTD wheel well, EMT wheel well 2. Number of particles. Rotation velocity minus 180, okay. Random rotation direction 1. Alright. So straight away we have found it. So that is very interesting indeed. Is that the emitted data, please? Yes, it is. Okay. So that's emitter data, okay. So what we can do now is test, and if we go ahead and put that into there and copy the emitter data and just paste that into there, we should, if by chance you manage to completely replicate E3 tire smoke from Pro Street, are you going to try to port it to Undercover? Absolutely. Need for Speed Undercover's tire smoke system's fucked as it is, so it would be incredible to get the tire smoke from E3 Pro Street into Undercover. There are almost secondary tracks that could fit the bill much better in Pro Street, like Downton Park, for example. To be honest, a lot of the track suggestions already stated, in my opinion, you're all correct. Like, they would all fit really well, and that one track that I personally like is it London Raceway? I don't know if it's London Raceway. I can't remember what it's called. It's in PGR4, and I don't know what track it is, There's a track where you go. There's a race track. You race around London, and this is what I'm about to show you real quick. And it's a really simple track around London. But personally, I think it's another track that I think would fucking I think Pro Street would benefit from this track a lot, especially like if it's possible to do races instead of it being an 8-car race or a 4-car race, do a 16-car race like Need for Speed Carbon's Race Wars. And then, obviously, you know, it's like you've got that many races racing around this track. And, like, I don't know, if you could lock the class to, like, fucking touring cars or at least, like, Tier 1 cars, like Lamborghinis, whatever Tier 1 cars there is, basically. Is Tier 1 the fastest? No, it's Tier 3, innit? Tier 3 is the best, sorry. I'm thinking of another car. So all Tier 3 cars, maxed out cars and Tier 3 cars, yeah. I think it would be a really nice track. And this is actually one of the racing games that I love as well. I actually have a copy of this for the 360 somewhere, and I used to play this all the time, and still play it every now and then because it's a great racing game. If you've never played Project Gotham Racing 4, I do recommend you get a copy of it because it's a good game. I think that's spelled incorrectly. Honestly, I wouldn't know, but Donington? I have no idea. I can't help you out there, but if Pro Street had coffee break levels, how would you imagine how hard it is? Coffee break. If Pro Street had coffee break levels, how would you imagine? What do you mean by coffee break? I don't actually know what coffee break levels are. I apologise for being so uncultured. I wouldn't imagine something like coffee breaks in Pro Street even. Across would make more sense. Not gonna lie, there's one thing that I want to implement into Pro Street if I'm ever able to. Okay. So straight up, smacked with a fuck ton of errors. Voila, but this EXE works with it. Hey, there we go. That works. Oh shit. There we go. There's the HD reflections. Okay. I'll just double check. We can't see a gameplay. No worries, I got you guys covered. I had a feeling this would happen. There you go. Should be able to see it now. All good. Right. Just check my stream real quick, because I don't know what you guys can see and what you can't see. Okay, cool. You can see in game. Awesome. That's good. Right. Bruh, why are you booing all? have tire smoke fulfilling the white. Oh wow, okay. Oh wow, the HD reflections are insane. Okay. So one thing I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to go ahead and change this. I'm going to try and find HDR, fake HDR, and that's basically, so HDR on the console is like mental, radius 1, radius 2, oh wow. Okay, right. That's it to the top, so there should be nothing else enabled. Okay. So let's go ahead and sweep this. Can we sweep this manually? No, we can't. Okay. So we'll drop that to like. This is a 1.5. Just as if we're going to recreate the oh wow. Jesus fucking Christ. That's some really nasty shit. Midget just sat trying to like find the balance for HDR to see if. Okay, you know what? I'll just reset that back to how it was. Okay, so yeah, we'll just go back to what we was using originally. Was going to try and do the E3, try and go for an E3 filter, but nah, CBA. Okay. No, tires needs to be not clipped with the lines of the vehicle you use. Alright. Oh man, there's like hell brought back for a crowd. It's gonna make me go insane. Yeah. So, doing the smoke so it doesn't clip with the vehicle, I don't think there'll be any way around that, because I think that's the actual like mounting point where they've like that's like the positioning where they managed to put the stuff, like where that's coded. I don't think we're gonna be able to effectively change that. It appears the wheel well smoke didn't work. At least not to my knowledge anyway. The only thing I can think of is by adding the drag smoke in there and seeing if that gradually changes anything. Not sure if it will, but I suppose we can always give that a go, can't we? Give it a save. Well, also as well, we'll try and sort the damage effects as well for like when the car gets damaged. So it uses emitter group, but we don't. There we go. Okay, and it used to use cop car death or cop car explosion. Effects cop damage. Intensity ranges 1, and then that's okay. So I don't know the difference between it. Is the bear not smoke different from actual drag event smoke? I don't actually know, to be honest. That's one thing I'm not really sure. YouTube random made our live stream think it gone off air again. Has it? Fuck knows. But yeah, I think all the smoke stuff is actually the same. I think they just use the different so basically drag uses the same smoke effects, but it uses different intensities of it. So if you play a drag event and then you play like a drift event, the intensity of the smoke, the effects are still the same. You still use the same shader, but yeah, it's just like there's more produced in drag for the bear, not like because you stood still. And I think they increased the general size of it as well. Of how like the general size of how big the smoke texture is, but that's about it. Or the emitter size, not texture. I don't know. However you want to really name it. Okay, so on my Android phone, YouTube just interrupted all my thinking. It just gone off. Good thing I checked your channel if you're still alive. I was gonna say, yeah. I always check in here, and it lets me know if I'm still alive or not, and always check, obviously, on here as well. Normally, if it doesn't, that goes off, or it says like you got a poor connection, your Wi-Fi is shit, kill yourself, and it's like, oh, okay. But luckily, I haven't had any internet stuff going on here, so that's great. So what we need to do now is find EMCAD damage level 1. EMCAD damage. So they use smoke 1. I think originally they used EMCAD level 1 damage, which is a small amount of smoke, which of course is what you want. But we're going to double that up so it's 2 textures, because just in case if it's a really small amount and if they haven't done anything with it, at least then we know we can go ahead and think it's only this is on cycle and it's off cycle. Number of particles is 30, so that's pretty good. We'll change that to 5 point. As you know, we'll change that to off cycle think this. I don't know if this is by like seconds wise. Go for 4.99. See if that does anything. So that's emitter data, same as that uses emitter data. That uses emitter data, so that's good. Now we just got to find. Wait a minute. Okay, so that's the one. Is it? No, it's that one. Cop card damage 1. And then we're going to go ahead into the E-car. Go racers. Engine burn effect, death effect, and damage effect. Okay. I'm going to do that. And change this to emitter group. And change that to 2. You're trying to achieve a damage smoke coming from the hood, right? Yeah, I am, yeah. Because that's another small effect that I really liked in the E3 trailer, is how when you crashed into an object, your car started to smoke. But obviously they decided to remove that for whatever reason. Don't really see why. It's probably one of the coolest little features you could do with a like vehicle damage model. Especially if you're actually doing it so it's simulated damage like how the game has, so... Actually makes it feel like your engines are actually being damaged and compromised. Because it looks a bit weird smashing into a wall like 40 miles an hour, watching your bumper come off and your hood crumple, and it's telling you, oh yeah, light damage, so your engine should have horsepower and torque reduction. But there's no smoke to back up the evidence that the engine's being affected at all. Created the weird haze effect again, by the look of it. Wait, so we're gonna have to do that. So I think we're gonna have to enable that smoke for everything, so we don't get a horrible effect. I don't think it's gonna wrap around the wheel well. Where's my mouse? There it is. I don't think we're gonna see it wrap around the wheel well. I don't think so anyway. We might not be able to do it through there itself, but we might have to attach it into the actual burnout side, which is fine, we can try. It doesn't help the fact that we don't have a camera to rotate, like there isn't a debug camera, I don't think that can activate, and... No, that's reshade. That's AI. Okay, yeah. So there's no camera for that. Let's check for damage anyway. Okay, so doesn't appear like we have the damage effects. No. Big crash. Boom. So, we got no okay. Okay, so we didn't get no smoke either from smashing into that. Hello, Dito. You almost rolled the outside from a simple wall crash. Left me out of physics, my dude. Physics. Okay, so the E3 smokes have returned. How would you port it to undercover? So basically, porting it to undercover will basically be the same method what I did in here. I will look through the files and see if there is. I will see if there are any leftover files in undercover from Pro Street, and if the data is still there, then I will simply use the exact same script I have on Pro Street on undercover, and it should work like a charm. If not, then I will have to recreate the node strings with the same names and go ahead and manually re-input all the data, and then hopefully it should work. But also as well, Pro Street has these files in the global folder. I put them in here, .who files, and yeah, undercover does not have them. They're script files apparently. That's what it says when you open them with a hex editor. Apparently they determine how it's like how all the smoke and stuff's calculated, or the animation or effect. So yeah, it's just kind of like, I'm not really sure if it'll work the same way, but we can always try it. You have to forgive me, I'm just scranning a nice beef and tomato pot noodle. Good old British snack. Right. So, however, if it doesn't work, then the simple fact is I might have to actually go ahead and apply this to every single. Seeing the Mr. Beautiful name, highlight the fact you also pirate games too. Oh yeah, of course I do. One, I'm British, so you know, it's just kind of puts it there straight away. Two is the simple fact is that, well, if anyone really thinks I'm gonna you know it, man, you know it. But yeah, the other reason is the fact, well, I'm not wasting any money on Undercover or Pro Street. Well, actually, that's a lie. I bought a copy of Undercover, but not Undercover, Pro Street, but it's in a Russian disc, and then I sold it because, well, the internet's a quicker way to obtain the games you like. So, hey ho. And yeah, basically, it's just like, well, why not? Everyone else does it. I'm not promoting it, but you know, if you know a way around the internet, you can get whatever you want. Just saying. Okay, so effects, intensity ranges. I don't know what intensity ranges mean. Engine Blow 200, Fire Clip, NOS, Tire Blow, Pathfinder. Alright, we'll go ahead and we'll use the same. So that's 200 as well. Okay, we'll keep that the same. I have a collector's edition copy of Carbon. I don't even know how much that would cost. Well, if it's all boxed up and original, if it's in metal tin, a collector's edition, you're probably able to get about 100 quid, I'd probably say 100 quid, depending how rare they are. If it's not very rare, if they're not very rare nowadays, then you probably get about 20 quid for it. So it just kind of depends. Depends where you're located, and depends if they're like popular or rare. I remember coming across quite a few Carbon collector's editions back in the day in like Granger Games and CEX, but it was always the PSP and the Xbox 360 copy. There was never a PC copy or fucking yeah, never a PC copy or like a PS2 copy. Right, EMK, emitter date. Oh, excuse me. Fuck. Right. Hey mate, how you doing? First time being on your stream. So that's the emitter data. Yeah, okay. Right, so, EM card damage smoke 1. So, off cycle is... Okay. We're just going to change that. We'll remove off cycle, I don't know what it's all about, so... Russia B2 Pro Street Mod win. Whenever it's already out. So yeah, Sonic did the Russia B2 for Need Speed Pro Street. It's on NFS mods. Because I was originally going to use his model, but yeah, turns out I didn't need to because like there was like no differences between ours. I think he has I think he actually had a chassis for his though. Mine doesn't, but luckily because of a damaged model I used, didn't need to implement one, so it made the job 10 times easier. Okay, so that's the one we're using. We turned off the off cycle. Okay, we've applied it to that. Okay, right. And we've got level 1 damage, level 1 damage. Okay, yeah, so that should work. It should. Can't say it will, because I might not even be able to restore that at all. I don't know. I don't even can't remember how I did it for when the car gets totaled, to be honest. But terrain, driving, drive terrain. Okay, so we're gonna go back onto here. Tire smoke, emitter data, tire smoke drag. Okay, okay, and this is the emitter group. Yeah, this is emitter group. Okay, car, tire blow, impact, def. Car surface, stone, car, spark, debris, dust, environmental, fog, tyre haze, heat. Oh wow, there's heat haze as well. Oh mate. Oh shit. Do you know what I think? Sorry if I mention this again, but you ever tried streaming indie games at your free time on YouTube, like playing OMR? In all honesty, I haven't really. And not gonna lie, I've never even heard of that game, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do some research so we actually know what it is. Is this sort of this horror game made by the only cat published? Oh. Well, that is interesting. Okay, well I can straight up and say that's not the type of game I would play. Don't really like games like that. However, I get the idea. I was actually thinking about Yes, sir, Daddy Solar. Daddy like Solar. Personally, I think the dark theme with NFS VLT mod than the light theme. Yeah, you can just like. I think. You mean these? Well, I say these, but like, you know, if I just like open and then close. Okay, well that didn't really work now, did it? Okay, well, I'll close that. And then I will simply go ahead and reopen it. There we go. Yeah, I actually like this one as well, a lot better. I totally forgot you could do that. Cool stuff, as I'm making a carbon partial unleash mod for carbon with a group of modders and base and making new physics for it. Oh, nice. I'll definitely keep an eye out for that then, for sure, because that sounds very interesting. That is strange. Life is Strange. Life is Strange is a good game. I played the first episode of that, and I think I've actually got the entire first episode on Steam, I think. But I'm not too sure. Right, what was I doing? That was it. I was going to try and sort the rest of the smoke out. Oh, no. Fuck. I've lost my script. But it's fine. It's fine. I know where all the data is, so that's fine. Well. Just let me re-find it. Emitter data, emitter group, effects. And of course we need sim surface, because sim surface is what we was making stupid changes in. Liquid, solid, concrete. There we go. Don't you fucking dare tell me that I've just lost all that work I've just done, because I saved that and that should have saved. There we go. Sorted. Okay, right, slide. So. Okay, right. So, straight away, gonna go ahead. We're just gonna copy this. We're just gonna paste it into here. So yeah, as I was gonna say, the heat haze tire stuff that I was going to talk about. I think that's like, do you know when like you see something that's really hot and you get like when you look at it, you can see like the heat waves above it and it like wobbles. I'm wondering if that's an effect what they've done for the tires, but I don't know. I think Rocksmith 2014 is the only game I play nowadays, apart from keeping my PlayStation Vita nearby. Rocksmith, not gonna lie, I've never played Rocksmith, but I used to play a lot of Guitar Hero 3 back in the day, and that shit was fire. What did you do to fix the handling for Unoka? I know you tried porting Virus from Pro Street and it wasn't working. Was that blah 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 noise based on the rabbits from Rayman? I'm going to say yes. I played Rayman, but that was not the reason why today. It was just random. So basically, Felix. So what I did is I spent a lot of time. Well, I say a lot of time. It was more than a lot of time. I spent around a year to 2 years dedicating myself to looking into the handling stuff and tweaking different things, and finally, came to the conclusion that Pro Street physics didn't work until I decided to go out and try a different method. And instead of porting every single piece of data, I tried porting just small portions of it to see what would work. And it turns out the aero stuff works, but only a small portion of it. So you have to basically look at Need for Speed Pro Street's data and then analyze what's going to work and what isn't, and then you dissect what's going to work and implement it into Undercover, and then you test it in the game and you see how it feels in game. If it doesn't feel natural, then you generally lower the values in most cases, or increase, and in some cases you have to increase them. And basically after a bit of time and effort and tweaking around, you get a pretty good result, not gonna lie. One strange thing about Need for Speed Undercover is, how did all the muscle cars have 5 gears when in real life and more than 4 gears? Like, I don't understand why. So basically, they used Pro Street as a reference, but they went ahead and did their own data for pretty much every car in the game. And because of them doing that and being dumbasses, if they'd have done 4 gears or 3 gears for the muscle cars, what would have happened is, when it comes to upgrading your car, just by upgrading the transmission one level and then the engine, your car would bog. So you'd go first gear, fine, second gear, fine, third gear, bog, fourth gear, bog, and then it'd go like, oh, well, I can't drive now because it's not enough torque to crank through the gears. Because Pro Street has a very simple thing. You don't actually swap a transmission. There's no full transmission swap like there is in well, sorry, no. There's a transmission swap, but it's the gears themselves are not changed. So like, you'll go from a 4-speed to a 6-speed, but like the actual gears and the amount of teeth that are on each gear, at least that's what the data represents anyway, remains the same. And then it's the RPMs that are slightly increased, which allows the engine to pump more power out of it. And combine all that together and you're able to actually get your cars to pump more speed. It's really fucking weird. Pro Street was done right, Undercover was just a fucking mess. Yeah, I would like to see old muscle cars with 4 gears and like sort of SIM card handler mod for Undercover. So yeah, the Simcade mod I was doing has kind of been postponed, if not somewhat cancelled. The only reason why is because, like, the original handling model that I did for Reformed was Pro Street, basically. But yeah, it didn't work out the best for Reformed. The handling model was a massive improvement, but it was still kind of shit and it was wonky. So the second handler model I'm working on now is a mixture of Simcade and Pro Street. The Lexus LFA uses some of the Simcade data normally. I think it does. I can't remember. That's the reason why it's so loose. Because yeah, it's got no traction control at all. But I still need to do some adjustments and fine tweaking. But when I come to releasing the second handling model, I reckon you'll think that it's a step up for Undercover. If you could combine like a Forza Motorsport 3, Need for Speed Pro Street, and Need for Speed the Runs handling model into one, this is kind of that's how I would imagine the new handling model to be. You have understeer, you have oversteer, and all that type of stuff. So. Right, let's have a bit more cheeky. If you need help with handling stuff after an unportion list, I might be able to help you. Yeah, man, I'll have a look. If there's anything that's like somewhat fucked or anything like that, or if I need like anything testing out and that, I'll be definitely to bring it straight to you, seeing as you've got some experience behind there. I will admit, The undercover handling stuff is a lot different to carbons, but if you've messed with Pro Street, if you've ever messed with Pro Street's performance stuff or handling stuff, then it's basically the same, just there's a lot more shit in the way. Oh, but NFS had way better handling than NFS undercover, which is no surprising. Oh yeah. It's because, yeah, their idea of like a handling model was like, oh well, we want to be able to do 360 spins and we want to be able to like do cool moves, and it's like, yeah, you can pull off cool moves with new handling. Even on like Pro Street handling, you can pull off cool moves. You just have to implement it properly. But because they were so fucking lazy and wanted to fuck the game so much, they just decided, no, I'm not gonna. Which, it's a shame. It really is. Because in my opinion, Undercover is a really underrated title. Like, it's a piece of shit at times, don't get me wrong, and modding it is a fucking nightmare. But deep down, the game's fun to play, and it's a game I grew up playing, so I'm pretty passionate about it. Alright, so grip asphalt, yes. Tire smoke and tire, right, here we go. So, when I mentioned about the stuff, this is, right, you have to forgive me for a moment, I won't be reading the chat for about a minute or two just while I find something real quick. It's just so I don't lose focus. It's not me being an ignorant arsehole, I promise. But even then, you know, I'm British. We're all ignorant arseholes at some point. Okay, right. So, tire smoke. Okay, so we've got concrete and tire smoke. Yep. And it's emitter group we need to be looking in, so we need to find something related to emitter group. So let's go for environmental. Smoke stack, no. Tire haze, no. Gameplay, no. Terrain driving, smoke terrain. So the all terrain effects. Burnout. EM car, burnout. Now that's... No, that's not what I want. I sit there saying that's what I want, but no, we don't want that. We want to find something to do with the wheel well, or... Actually, then again... Actually, you know, fuck it. We'll just copy that and stick that in there and see if that works. If not, then it's no problem, really. It'd be nice to have the wheel well effect, but if the wheel well effect isn't going to work very well, then it's fine. No, you motherfucker. You bitch bastard motherfucker. You motherfucker. I did not want you there. I did not want you there. You motherfucker. It's fine. Sorted. We need more coffee. I'll take. Right. So I remember playing Underground. I remember playing Underground 2 where Bamagera came out and now he kidnapped a player. Character behavior. Even in NFS you can do 360 spins like Undercover, which is very strange. More coffee. I'll take. I'm British. MC mental. Junior. Wheel well was in chassis and carbon most wanted. E-cartridge. My bad. Yeah. So the wheel well stuff for that. That's to do with. I think that's something to do with like how the suspension's positioned in the wheel well. At the minute, what I'm looking through is overall effects to try and get the wheel well tire smoke. So the tire smoke wraps around the tire and it builds up in the wheel well and it slowly rotates with the wheel, which was a effect that I think was removed. But I don't know. Okay, so the tire smoke effects, we're going to go ahead and rechange these real quick. We're going to do these as... We're going to change these to 30. Actually, no. That can stay 5 because that's for wheel well if it works. Because there should be a genuine timer for how long the smoke lasts. And if the smoke lasts, yeah, then yeah. I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to nip to the toilet. $5,000. $5,000 says that my car will smoke everything here. Yeah, I'm back. Since when did I get a right, yeah, unlock all things? That's where the Viper came from. Please have the tire smoke in the wheel well, but I don't think it's gonna. Okay. See, I don't actually know if it'll appear during that, but when we jump into a drag race anyway, it'll probably show. Wait, does time progress in this game? Does the sun naturally change by itself? Because I can see the shadows moving. Fuck knows. Okay, so that's not. Yeah, so that doesn't change that. Never mind. Okay, yeah, so it didn't work. That's fine. Okay, so the next thing to do is we'll jump in a drag race real quick, and we'll see if the tyre smoke behaviour is a little bit better there, because I don't know if it's going to be any different or if it's just going to apply just to normal, but I'm hoping the tyre smoke and stuff for drag races is a lot more improved. Obviously, we're going to go ahead and you know what? Go for the Himikuda. That's what I want to use. Feels more original. I'm just reading all this stuff, so actually, So, the good thing about this one is what about limit memory of constants and proceeding information across the question. Oh wow. Well, I thought it was basically very well. Isn't that a person cars maybe? Probably. Sitting on a toilet. So I can hear this memory stream. Not even some double factor on the toilet feeling it definitely available for a quick ever made. I'm actually down this until clear about now, so I'll see you always. I'll keep it wicked, so we'll keep it wicked 2 minutes. Boop, okay, and that's a lot of damage. Right, so let's have a look now. Yeah, so that's the drag. That's how the drag smoke works. As you can see, it's smoke is the same, but yeah. So the smoke doesn't run. So the smoke doesn't wrap wrap anymore on the tires. Yeah, by the look of it. So what I'm gonna do now is because we already like know what we're doing. So I'm just going to ahead and do copy. I'm just going to do that, okay? But we're going to go ahead and copy this name. So we're going to rename. Copy. And, okay, so inverted group asphalt. So it should be, yeah, so I could just go ahead and just replace that with that name. Do you have Need for Speed? Do you have Need for Speed? The run. I did. Nope, I do not anymore. I used to have it, but yeah, I've obviously uninstalled it. To be fair, I didn't even play a lot of it on PC. I had it, I played, I think it was the first 2 missions, and I decided not to play through it on the PC because I couldn't be bothered. I played the shit out of that game on the Xbox 360 when I was in last lockdown. Completed that game 7 or 8 times, and also redid all the challenge series pretty much as well around the same time. So yeah, it was quite time consuming, and just kind of got me like, well, that's enough of that. Okay. Wrong one. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that in there, okay? Right. However, now I can go ahead and have a look at this, okay? So, tyre haze. Tyre, I think I know why we don't have the stuff wrapping around. Okay, 1 second. 1 second, mate, 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to save and reopen it and see if it thing is. So it said, because of a stupid Frostbite 2, even with Frost Editor you can't mod it because the SD kit of the game is missing. Yeah, I know, it is a shame. It's a nice game to play once every 2 years or so. Yeah, I will admit, when you haven't played it in ages and you just jump back on it just to play through, it's really refreshing. And it can, like, even though it's quite a stressful game with some stuff, because some stuff just completely fucks you over, it's quite a relaxing game too. But yeah, one thing I will straight up go ahead and say as well is, but yeah, I'm thinking of doing playthroughs of games again, on like live streams and stuff. So I'm thinking of playing through the original Juiced, but I don't know if it, like, Juiced 1, but I don't know if to do a playthrough on that. Probably might do a playthrough of like Undercover, Carbon, and stuff like that, and maybe Most Wanted, but I'm not too sure yet. You ever tried making a folder for every note files you have on your desktop? Yes, I have, and honestly, I have so many folders filled with documents. It comes to the point where you get fed up of looking in folders for documents, so you just leave them on your desktop so you know where they are. Not gonna lie. And the only guy who knows how to mod it is Rally 2, but he seems even disappeared from Discord, and his NFS imperfected mod is no longer on NFS mods. Oh shit, really? Oh man, I hope he's alright. The only thing I can say is just wait and see. Yeah, Juiced 1 is underrated. Top guy, straight up. But, So that's the cloud poof. Okay, quick burn up. Just before all the smoke builds up. So and then it just builds up gradually. So it's more in there, but I'm really good at juice now, so AI is too easy. Yeah, as long as you get the hang of like how the cows handle, and like you figure out like how you're meant to like hike this stuff. If you figure like, how can I put it? Once you figure out how like the tactics to beating the AI, then it just becomes a fucking piece of piss. Okay, do a nice long burnout. Okay. So I don't see this. This is what's confusing me, because it looks like there's more smoke now instead of just coming directly. It's actually, it looks like it's gone around the back of the wheel slightly, but it doesn't look like it's done a whole lot. But I don't know. So I suppose the only way to test it again is jump in a drag race, go in another car, and do another burnout. Oh mate, that car's a fucking killer. I remember the fucking drag last time. Jesus Christ. Makes you shit your pants, that fucking car. Jesus. You turn a corner, fucking barrel roll. Put your foot down too hard, barrel roll. Drop the clutch, barrel roll. Sit in the car and close the door, barrel roll. You can't fucking move. You can't. So I don't know if you saw that. But the tyre smoke did appear for a second around the wheel, but not. Okay. So, we've got tyre smoke 1. Poof. It wraps really slow, but is for a really slow period of time. Yeah, exactly. So it pops in there and it's gone, and it's like, what the fuck? Where's it gone? Environment, car. E and V. That's for characters. Mate, I can't even remember where it is now. Oh wait, it was normals. That's what it was. So, gravel smoke, grass smoke, dirt smoke, tyre smoke. So EM tyre smoke 1, EM tyre smoke 2, dirt smoke, tyre smoke, slip, lod, drift, drag. There's light streaks, nothing important in it. Where's alright, tyre smoke poof. So there's a tyre smoke 1 poof, but there's no tyre smoke 2. That's really confusing. And there's no tyre smoke 3 poof. Why are you so fucking awkward? Bono, my tyre smoke is gone. You tried Toshima's custom TMX sound files? Yes, I have, and straight up, incredible mod. Really is. Some of the new sounds for the cars are fucking insane. And straight up, everything is white. Doing good so far. This is one of his new TMXs, which is very nice. You create even new ones from Need for Speed Heat, Forza Horizon 3. Yeah, I know, yeah. He's done a really fucking good job with it, and I can't wait for him to update it and drop all the new sounds in, because, yeah, damn. Games in general. TDU. I think this is the one. I just renewed some movies and drawing back for one. That's gonna run. Looks pog. Okay, right. He should go create a Buick GNX for undercover. Hey, lad. Nyai. Alright, Dean. How you, bruh? So I've got tyre smoke poof. Well, we'll go ahead and change that. And we'll go ahead and throw the tyre smoke drag in there and see if that fucking does out. Hey, good lad. What you been up to? Let me guess, playing Revelation. Virginity. Ah, fucking hell. Good lad. Actually playing a good game for once. As you can see, I'm being a dirty monk read, and I'm just like, yeah, doing random fucking shit, trying to restore some stuff from the E3 build, which so far seems to be going alright. But just have to wait and see if it gets any better. Alright, you'll do it in proper. Alright, you know it. Managed to get most of the stuff that I was mainly working to. But fuck knows if I can actually get it like fully spot on with the original. How will they do the capture of rework going if Unlimited and Binary hasn't been done yet. So basically, if the reformed rework, if Unlimited and Binary hasn't been done since then fucking hell. Honestly, I can't really say much. I mean, so far it seems to be the game isn't limited by car mods as long as they don't exceed 20,000 polygons. So for that we may be okay. But other stuff like undercover visual enhancement by Badass Baboon, revamped pursuits, they may be the killer for, like, they still might be a killer. So if not, then I won't be including them in the rework until the mod is 100% stable, and obviously we've got to have that fucking consumer satisfaction. So yeah, it looks like the drag smoke effects seem to do a pretty good effect on the overall, like, masking the wheel. It doesn't look like it wraps around. For just the car just Will Smithed. But yeah, it doesn't look like the car itself is going, the tire smoke's going. But we have a nice effect, so so as soon as we've got a decent effect going on, I think it'll be alright. Well, I didn't know tyres could kill you, but, well, yeah. When you try doing a nice wheelie record and a fucking tyre smashes you in the front. Well, and that is how you fuck up a Mustang. Crowd control. I'm gonna just strike out with an Alt F4. Okay, so I think it's safe to say the E3 tyre smoke, I think that's as best as we're gonna get it. Can't believe Pro Street doesn't have parachute for drag cars. Yeah, I know. Fun fact, there's actually textures located in the files, and I think in VLT as well, for stuff related to wheelie bars. So wheelie bars was actually going to be a thing for the drag cars apparently, but we never got to see them. So that's kind of a shame. Ignore that, that's not a fart. Well, that's what I wanted to believe. So yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll leave that how it is. I suppose the only thing really to do now is we're not going to get the engine smoke working by the look of it, so we'll have to leave that one for now. I think probably the best thing we could possibly do is just simply, like, actually, 1 minute. Okay, so that's concrete, metal, organic, plastic, rubber. Okay, well that's overall that, so that's fine. That overrides them. Going to Summon Sky and see if we can. That's a nice sky dome. That's a really nice sky dome. So yeah, I don't know what this was recorded on. Oh wait, is that recorded on the Xbox? Yeah, so that's recorded on the Xbox 360. I think it was just the recorder what they used. The 13th of July. July, August. So this was uploaded in August, and this was uploaded in July. So I'm assuming this was direct. I think this is just the actual camera then. Because the overall visuals of the game, like, if you just go ahead and compare the E3 to the base, like, move your fat head, you fucking wallop. So all that's the same, the HUD's the same. Oh shit, I just closed that. Depression. Oh well. So yeah. So by the look of it then, that's legit, just like, it looks darker than it actually is. But yeah, look how natural the smoke looks there. It actually looks like proper smoke. Oh well. So we've got new smoke. I don't really know what else to do. I need to find a sky dome style. Oh mate. That also means I've lost my lighting configurations as well. Yeah, I've also lost my light. So I'm going to redo my lighting as well. Meh. Oh well, it's fine. And that's 2. We're just going to go ahead and do that as, that as 111. Specular intensity. Do that as a 1.8. And as for the shadows, I'm going to go 0.05, 0.07, and a 0.08. Sun latitude, I don't even know what all that Kev shit's on about. Go to logs and find it again. Oh, alright. And that's... Oh shit. Mate, you're like fucking Jesus, you are. Fucking hell. Alright, thank you very much. At least I know where all that's stored now, so that's fine. It's alright, because that was for reference for later on. But that's okay now. Sky Dome. Oh, mate, I need to find a decent Sky Dome. Big boy time. Let's try Sky Dome 6. We'll try that. If not, we'll find another one. I'm going to change that to 30. Bullele, bullele, buh. I'm going to put in your mum's mouth whilst I'm launching it for Spade. Have you ever watched Okay? Fucking hell. Mac, you, for real, are a man of culture. My poop is free real estate. Yeah, Oggy and the cockroaches. You mean... 1 minute. 1 minute. I'll just hide that for a minute. I know why, and one day this was going to come up. One day. You fucking mean. Fucking hell. But yeah, I have seen it. I used to watch the shit out of this. probably the most stupid and fucked up cartoon ever, but it's funny as fuck. Especially the fact that it promotes abuse, like getting smacked in the face and then just fucking the cat just meows after getting a black eye. Or comes out with a fat lip. Oh mate, it's fucking gold. It really is. Oh wow, okay, so you can't see the game, can you? No, you can't. Oh, yeah you can. Never mind, I'm chatting shit. Okay, there we go. It's free in a state. Mapu, 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 mapu. Ma ma ma, poo poo poo. Poo poo poo, ma ma ma, poo. Alright. I laugh, sir. You trying to prove you. Yeah. That was fucking, that cartoon was great back in the day, especially the theme song as well, like meow, meow, meow. Right. Need Mox mixtape. Okay. So that's how that well, we just play a walk at it, lads. If only it was in a Carrera. Did not argue in the cockroach was going to have a new season with Alpha as his adoptive daughter while already married to Olivia. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ, I thought they stopped doing that show. I didn't realise it had been bringing more and more episodes. Oh well, the tyre smoke is actually building up in the wheel wells now. I don't know if it's wrapping around how it used to, but it looks like the new effects work, and it looks like the E3 smoke is back in business basically. So that's good to know. Okay, well, safe to say, the car is fault. But yeah, not bad. By the way, I want to honest opinions and honest thoughts as well, guys. What do you think to the lighting piece? Anyway, I've got going on. This is like how you would expect. Well, this is like sort of how to expect Pro Street Evolved when it comes. But I don't know now. Before you end the stream, I would like to say I have an obsession to crack shit and pick it and drink it and shoot it. Fair enough. How long's the stream been going on for? 2 hours and 30 minutes. That's not bad. Saturation. Well, 1 second. So obviously that's the original. A bit too much contrast and saturation. It's decent. Okay. So vanilla. So if we go ahead and just tweak this a little bit, because yeah, I'm trying to get something decent, but so that's fine as it is. But the Lightroom is what we need to be tweaking. So if we go ahead onto the right, so drop that down by 2. Is that, yeah, it goes brighter. Okay. We'll put that up a little bit. Global gamma exposure, global contrast. So I'm trying to figure out. Right, there we go. Okay. So if we go ahead and reduce this by like, nope, minus 0.129. Okay, so that's that. So for 1, 2, do it by like 225. So it's a bit of saturation, but it's decent. So saturation, if we go ahead and just set that to 0 as the vanilla value. Global vibrance, set that to 0 as well. Okay. Would you say that could pass for being somewhat better? I dropped the reshade to be honest. I never found reshade that good for me personally. To be honest, I don't mind it, but I think it depends on the title. Like personally, the only reason why I use reshade is because I play the game in 1080p, and there's some aspects of the game that look awful, so I use DLA and a little bit of global illumination just to sort of like fix up the imagery. So like the grass, for example, looks quite fuzzy without it and looks plain, but when you do that it seems to make it just have a little bit more depth. What I'll do anyway is like when it comes to actually like because I think that preset will work fine now to be honest, because it actually looks a lot better. When it comes to actually doing the lighting for the game, the rest of the lighting configurations, I'll do some work and some tweaking, and then obviously if people want to play Undercover Evolved without any fake post-processing like reshade, then obviously you can choose to install it or not. Jesus. Fuck me, I think my eardrums just burst. That shit was loud. I did turn that down, but yeah, doesn't really seem to do the trick of staying quiet. Imagine I try to look at night time. Yeah, to make it optional. Yeah, I will do. Right. So we'll close that now. We've got a decent, the presets looking decent, the lighting's looking decent, we've got a decent sky dome for that, so that's fine. So yeah, straight up. 1 second. Okay, so that's Pro Street Night Mod. That's old. Oh no, that's Newsfeed Heat. Not what I was looking for. Most Wanted, Undercover. There we go. So this is when I used to play when I was modding the shit of Undercover, and I decided to do the night mod. This is how the game looked. Obviously, that's when I also did an old reshade shit, and I was like, nah, bruh. However, I did do a more up-to-date one. Mate, that's like from a carbine from fucking... how is it? Ever remastered. Right, let's scroll all the way down and see if I can find it real quick. Well, I say real quick, I'll probably be doing this for like 2 hours because there's so much shit. Scroll down. When was these posted? Fuck me, that was 2018. Yeah, we're not looking for all that. I didn't post it that long ago. Fucking hell. I think it was in 2020 when I posted the image. It depends if it got zucked, because I don't know if it would have been, if it would have. I got around to doing this for Simcade. Oh right, that's when I was doing the wheelers. But yeah, fun fact, if you never saw wheelers in Undercover, there you go. There we go. So, messing around with different filters and stuff. So that was interiors. Just basically said this would make a cool area for a safe house. I don't think I posted anything else. No. Okay. So if I just scroll down, so this is when I actually did a full like pitch black nighttime mod, and obviously that's how the city looks because all the textures they actually like they actually did like certain stuff so they actually glow, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, that's all I ever posted of that, I think. Yeah, it was. And then yeah, that was basically that. I don't even know what all that was. I think that was a new lens effects, which even then I never got around to posting. So yeah. I forgot to mention the fact that Untitled was popular in the Philippines, English curse, being aired on public TV. Oh nice, it was great, not gonna lie. Well, glad to like it. Right. Now, here comes the fun part, because I'm going to mess Rev Baron Undercover. So, it used to be. It's not anymore. I don't know if I ever... If I've... fucking hell. If I can get hold of the original HUD text bin files, the HUD text race files, the original HUD for Undercover, because I've got a modded one, with the reformed rework. Well, actually no, it's not reform rework, it's the Need for Speed Undercover evolved handling model that I'm working on. The latest one, it actually fixes all the revs and the RPMs. So, yeah. The car will actually reach its full RPM, and even then, when it's maxing its RPM, it will still gain speed. Like, it'll still, like, keep chugging until it reaches, like, until it reaches its maximum like the maximum amount of power it can push out, and then it'll reach the very last bit of speed that's capable of each gear, basically. Right, anyway. So, moving on. Call this E3. physics test. Right. Okay, RX7. Oh shit, there you go. So the E3, I'm assuming that would be the demo one. Maybe. Final Gear 354. Aero CG 44, what's a grip? Track high end, damn. Because physics law. Okay, so I don't need to. Max ground effects 9. Holy shit. They put quite a bit of work into this. Tensor scale. It's normal. Torque's normal. 19. I had a look. Yeah, I had a look yesterday and I couldn't find it.
Clearly fucking looked.
Oh, I didn't know it was in with the food.
In the cupboard.
Shut up.
So you didn't look?
Stop whinging.
No.
Yeah. Go for a pee then. Okay, right. Okay, so it's ridiculous when some muscle cars in real life to 5,000 RPM, but in games just 7,000, 9,000. Hopefully one day thing will be fixed like NFS Underground Man and Pro Street, even if it's required some coding. So the RPM stuff, yeah. So basically, Need for Speed Pro Street actually uses the real RPMs of the cars, because they actually use proper proper data from like the manufacturer. They look on websites and wikis and all that. But the problem is stuff like Need for Speed. Well, basically every Need for Speed, its RPMs, RPM ranges for the speed gauge adjust. But in how it works in Undercover is there's two textures. You get your RPM range and then you get your like an RPM range extra, and basically it adjusts on that. So like it dynamically adjusts with the values. It's really weird. So technically it's kind of correct, but it's not, because it doesn't adjust how it should. And because also as well, every fucking car in Need for Speed Undercover has a minimum of like 7,000 RPM. You will not find a car with like 6,000 RPM or 5,000 RPM in they just didn't do it. A Mazda RX-8, for example, apparently stock. What is it? So, yeah, the fucking like the RPM ranges and that, like they're just really fucking badly done. And I don't know where the fuck they got the idea for that from, but yeah, it just yeah. Enough to stress man out. Street. Okay, so there's nothing in there. So cars, races, tuner, RX-7, e-car, vehicle. Yeah. So in Need for Speed Pro Street, I think the RX-8 is limited to 8,500 RPM maximum, and then the red line is like 8,500 or 8,800. I think it's the red line is like 7,800 to 8,000, somewhere around there. And when the car has been fully maxed out, it goes to like 10,000 RPM in Undercover. but in Pro Street the RPMs are actually slightly lower than what they're meant to be. I don't know if they use. I think that it depends on the model, or it depends on where the car was produced. So like the North America production line of like an RX-8 compared to the European production line would be different to abide by laws, and Japan and stuff. I think Undercover used mainly North America. I don't know what they used for Pro Street. I think they went for like urgy, like just like a bit of everything. But basically, yeah, it's like if you can give a car 20,000 RPM in Undercover, and it'll be able to reach like 400 mile an hour in first gear. At least that's what happened when I applied it to a traffic car anyway. So yeah, it was quite fucking ridiculous. Right, anyways, so RX-7. So drift, track, and high-end grip. Tire sizes have a lot to do with it. Oh, fair enough. Right. Fuck. What was I doing? Vehicle. Right. Now I need to find the preset ride. Drift King. Okay, there we go. Kit number 3, and that's using the P vehicle of RX-7. Okay, so what we're going to do is just going to do this, RX-7. And we're just going to do this. I'm going to recreate the RX-7 demo. And that's just going to literally utilize the RX-7 demo stuff. But we'll go back into the vehicle just to make sure we actually did that right, because I don't know if we did. No, we didn't. So we'll copy that. And then we'll just go ahead into here and... Hi. You mean hoover it up?
I mean, empty it out. He's full on pissed in it.
Where am I? What's my emptying it?
Oh,
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's going to go ahead and set all them to there. And then we'll rename that to that. Drift King, more like Donkey Kong. Fast and Furious Turkey Air Drift reference. I like. And then we'll go ahead and just change the P vehicle to RX-7 demo. So unusually the Mazda carbon shift one shows a recommended 7,000 to 800. Ah, okay. Handler person, but so that is Philippa. That's my girlfriend. Okay, let's see if this works. Fucking hell. Okay. Hopefully this will work. RX-7 doesn't rev high. Where it doesn't rev. People say it doesn't. What's the blueprint summary on that? 224 mile an hour, 8300 RPM, 714. Okay, well, I don't know if that's actually going to be how it's going to handle, but yeah, we'll see if it does. Because this is using the demo data, or at least it's supposed to be. Just going to tab out and see if I saved it. Yes, I saved it. Looks like Pro Street has been turned into Pro Street a prostate exam. Pro skate in the prostate. Okay, let's see if the car handles a lot different. Let's see if it handles like how the demo one did. I'll see if, well, see if we can actually see a difference. Because I don't know if it's going to work. Really can't tell if it's going to or not. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. I'm hoping it does. Skills, boys. Seems like softer suspension to me. About use the Japanese version. It wouldn't surprise me if they did use a Japanese version. The guy at the beginning looks like she used a lot of Vaseline lotions. Seems like soft suspension made big save. Was a big save indeed. And as for the what's it called? As for the suspension stuff, stiffer shocks, softer springs, most likely, yeah. Also as well, like I said, because of the roll center being considerably higher than the original, which I figured it would have been, yeah, it allows easier weight transfer, which surprisingly isn't unstable in this game. Because in undercover, when you do a higher roll center, most cars just die, and the reason being is because it's like something to do with the way the car's set up. It basically makes a car barrel roll around every corner. It's like GTA 4 when you install a car mod and it doesn't install properly. Oh god. Who would win between Ryan Cooper and Raceway? Oh. I would probably say I'm gonna go with Ryan Cooper on that one. But yeah, if you're wondering what happened, the game crashed. Oh fucking hell. And the reason being is I disabled the drift mechanics whilst I was drifting, and that's a very bad idea. So yeah, don't recommend that at all. My man's Ryan Cooper, definitely. Alright, so oh man, I fucked. I made an iPhone habits. I think Ryan Cooper will win. Rose was just an overly hard NPC without Ryan Cooper issue. The player who keeps resetting the game when you lose, just like Undertale. Exactly. Well, I think that'll be a good point to end the stream on, seeing as we managed to restore the E3 RX-7 and the smoke. I will go ahead though, and I'm going to change the rims. I'm gonna try and change the rims to the E3 preset. Wait, actually, I don't. Actually, wait. P vehicle Showdown King, Showdown King final. Oh right, yeah, it's a Showdown King. Debug. Entourage, debug presets. That's that's P vehicle, web tool, RSX, screenshots, player presets, opponent. Sure. So yeah, oh, looks like you're doing a rim job mod soon, lol. Fucking hell. Rhea has a cheat cat. Yeah, he does. He's right, cheating little shit is Rhea. But yeah, I think that will be it for this stream anyway. It's a good way to end it. And if I think of anything else to go ahead and like restore or tweak, then I most certainly shall. I might even do the next stream on like trying to do Rhea's Mitsubishi Evo producing pink tie smoke instead of white. But we'll see. But yeah, as always, I want to thank you legends for watching. Cheers for coming by. Awesome conversations as always, and thanks for supporting me, you know, like a top guy. And yeah, as always, I want to thank you guys for joining the stream. Stay safe and fucking take it easy, and I hope you have a great day. And I'll see you guys in the next stream. And by the way, if you're not subscribed already, mate, just do it. Stop being a douche. Do it. Otherwise I'm going to come to your house, I'm going to kidnap your grandma, I'm going to fart in her mouth, and I'm going to push her down the stairs, I'm going to eat all your cornflakes. And then, I'm going to stick cigarettes up your nose, because why not? But anyways, right, see you guys in a bit. Have a good day.